What is up, everyone, and welcome to some Streamers Co VRL League Racing. I cannot believe I am saying that in the year of our Lord 2025. It has been a long time since we've done one of these. I didn't even race in the last season of Streamers Co. We are now here in Season 7 for the opener, the curtain raiser, the Japanese Grand Prix. And if you know anything about me, you'll know that the Japanese Grand Prix tends to be a pretty good circuit for me, particularly on F1 23. That was my heyday on Japan. If you watched my career mode series back then, you'll know that I bagged a number of wins around the Japanese Grand Prix. I'm not expecting to do anything quite that magnificent today, but if I can get some solid points on the board to mark my return to the Streamers Co VRL, then I'll be very, very happy with how things go. We've got 19 racers today for the return to the Streamers Co virtual racing league, including the return of some wonderful names who haven't been present in years gone by, as well as myself, or seasons gone by perhaps I should say, but the likes of Antoine, Dougie Falcons, BB Mike, and obviously myself as well, all of us returning to hopefully relive some of our former glories, or in the case of Mike, achieve some newfound glories, and we will see how things go as we round the final corner on our final flying lap. Our final time is a 1:28.8. It's good enough to put us 14th to start with, which was not quite as good as I was hoping for. And as the rest of the cars crossed the line, it ended up pushing us down into 16th. So not quite starting right at the back, but definitely not quite as good as I was hoping for, as my former teammate Bjarni beats my current teammate Barmy to pole position. And you can see that we are down here in 16th position, just ahead of RC, another one of our old rivals from seasons gone by. Captain Liam qualifying 3rd from D-Mub, Phil, Lewis, Dougie Falcons on his return, P7, not bad from him. Razza, McLean still in the mix as always. Anto marking his return in P10. Antoine just outside the top 10. Ryan, ABC in 12th. The eternal Ollie Matthews, who has been a mainstay in Streamers Co for a while, since he discovered the league through this very channel, in 13th, just ahead of Parker. And then, yeah, a few of us rounding out the grid. Took me a while to decide what strategy I wanted to go for here. There were a number of different sort of options floating around in my head. I heard lots of people talking about a one-stop, but as you'll see in a second, when I try and extend the hards to go as long as they can possibly go, they don't seem to want to go longer than about 14 laps, 15 laps or so. So I was pretty confident that a one-stop wasn't going to be the play around here, or at the very least it wasn't going to be faster. So in the end I opted for this strategy, but I kind of had it in my mind that instead I was probably going to do a hard, medium. So yeah, that was my plan. 2 stops, start on the hards, and then go on the mediums. Maybe hope for a safety car in the changeover period. But here we are now, getting ready to go for the first time in Season 7 of Streamers Co. And off we go. I forgot what my thing I used to say was. The lights come on and the lights go out. Okay, yeah, we've got it. It's fine. We're just shaking off a little bit of the rust. It's absolutely fine. And you can see that immediately I've had a bit of a mix-up there with Ollie Matthews, and that's going to push me down the order behind RC and just about staying ahead of BB Mike there, but we've lost a couple positions off the start. It was not quite what I was hoping for, but you know, we'll see if we can maybe have a bit of a fight back as we make our way through Sector 1 here, through the S's. Ryu going out wide there. A new name in the league to me. Not sure if he raced in the previous season, but certainly not someone I have raced before, so it will be interesting to see how he does. Thought about sending it up the inside of him at Degner 2, and in the end, that was a huge mistake, as I've now lost position to Mike and Ryan Harris. Got on the curb on the inside of Degner 2 just a little bit too much, and yeah, that was a big mistake. RC going deep there. He's lost position to Ryu now as well, and we're chasing down the back of this train, seeing if we can get ahead of Harris, seeing if we can get ahead of Mike. Harris obviously is a previous Streamers Co winner. He's done immensely well in this league over the few seasons that he's been in it, but as far as I understand this year's game, he is training up to learn how to race with no assists whatsoever, so he's still kind of getting used to that, and as a result expect him to be racing towards the back for at least the time being. While he's still adjusting to that no assist life. Myself, I was not so bold. You can see a little bit of a snap there from Harris, which uncharacteristic from him if you remember him from previous seasons. But yeah, I expect him that by the end of the season he will have moved fully towards the front of the field, and maybe will even be challenging for wins. Who knows what kind of development he can make. As we make our way onto lap number 2, you can see that BB Mike has gone a little bit wide through Spoon there, and that's going to give us an opportunity to attack him back. He comes back onto the racing line, and we're about side by side with him right now, but I was burning a little bit of battery to try and get ahead of him, and that off at Spoon just allowed me to close him down a little bit and have the overspeed on him. So by the time we made our way into 130R, I was fully ahead, although he was looking to fight me back into the final chicane, but didn't end up happening for BB Mike there. So we will be coming around the final corner, no longer in last, now in P18, and looking to hopefully make our way back through the field. However, it looks like Mike might try to attack us back here. He's got the DRS, but so have we to Harris in front, and Mike in the end just not quite close enough. I have to say, Mike's racecraft dramatically improved from what it was when he first joined this league. I feel like in years gone by you might have seen him go for a move into turn 1, so I was pretty impressed to see that. Now we'll see if we can close down to the back of Ryan Harris, Ryan ABC, and this train that is existing here. And Ryan Harris has dropped it. You know, you don't necessarily come to expect it, but certainly it is not that surprising, I suppose, given his lack of assist racing that he's been doing at the moment. As we make our way to the end of lap 3, you can see that BB Mike is now all over the back of me, and I won't have the DRS here because of that incident. I had to slow down to avoid going into Ryan Harris, and that has broken the DRS to Ryan ABC in front, and that has allowed BB Mike to sweep past and get out of me into lap number 4. He has a bit of a moment there, but manages to maintain the lead over me for the time being. So back down into P18, but we're going to see if we can try and close down on BB Mike through the pit straight once again with the DRS. He won't have the DRS to the cars in front. ABC is now 3 seconds, or 2.3 seconds in front of us, I should say. Ollie Matthews 3 seconds in front of us. So we're going to have to push quite hard to try and close down to them. And as we make our way through the final corner, once again onto lap number 6, once again BB Mike is going to have the DRS on us, and I think he's going to go for a move into turn 1 this time. Yes, he does, but I did a little bit of a cheeky thing here, and I tried to spook him by looking like I was going to go out the inside, and he tried to leave me a bit of room there, bless him, and as a result he just went off track. So, you know, I may be an old dog, but that doesn't mean that I don't have any tricks up my sleeve, and that was evidenced in that move there against BB Mike. But as we make our way onto lap number 10, they were suggesting this is going to be my box lap. I'm actually going to try and extend the stint by 1 lap so I can do the same number of laps on both sets of mediums. So we're going to do 11.88 and go that way. And we eventually do come into the pits at the end of lap number 11. So currently running, I was running in about P7 when I came in, but obviously a lot of cars behind had pitted by that point. So we're going to come in, we're going to do our pit stop. It's going to be a nice optimal 2.2 second stop, and we're going to see where we come out. BB Mike is obviously the driver that we are going to be comparing ourselves to. He's the benchmark, and it looks like he is going to come out quite significantly ahead of us. The undercut working nicely for BB Mike there, but we will be on slightly fresher medium tyres, so maybe we can close down to him. Maybe we'll have the pace to do exactly that. Ryu in front has a 3-second penalty, so we might be able to close him down. And, well, in the end, it was actually some different drivers who ended up being in front of us. As you can see, Dougie Falcons has had to pit for a second time. I think he got some damage during his second stint. But we are within about a second of Ollie Matthews here. 1/10 off of being outside that DRS range at the moment. So, this was the part of the race where, if you've read the title of the video, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make it yet, but I imagine it will make reference to that. This was the part of the race where things started to go a little bit wrong, and I won't bore you all with the excruciating details. But basically, I have a health condition. That means that sometimes I get quite drowsy. And this is the reason why I'm not allowed to drive in real life. Because, as you can see, I am all over the shop here, struggling to keep it on the road. I was struggling to even stay awake at this point. I have to say that at the end of the race, the stewards did say to me, "Why did you keep racing? Why didn't you just retire?" And, you know, I just wanted to prove to myself that I could race in this league, I suppose. And also, you know, I wanted to see if I could maybe still get a result out of this. Maybe the drowsiness would clear. But as we make our way onto lap 17, it just hadn't. And I was really, really struggling. Obviously, I had the front wing damage at this point now as well. So I was battling a broken car. I was battling my own physical health issues. And, well, now I'm battling Antoine because he's on fresher hard tyres. But he is right behind me and desperately trying to get through. And all the while, he is bleeding time to the cars in front. And he said that he was really frustrated about this. And I don't blame him. But at the same time, you know, I'm not here to just move out of the way of him. He's got to try and overtake me if he wants to do it, and he couldn't do it. So with the DRS, I'll be a bit of a sitting duck to my former Season 1 teammate, Great Antoine. He makes his way through up into P13. We're down to P14 with still one pit stop yet to be made, so I doubt that this will be our finishing position. As we make our way to the end of lap 18, you can see that a few cars are once again coming into the pit lane. And we're going to see if we can do anything to stay with them. But a virtual safety car has been deployed. It is Ryu, becomes the first retirement of the season. The revamped Streamers Co VRL. And yeah, I think it was a crash at Degna 2, if I remember correctly. So unfortunate for him, but it means that we won't be finishing plumb last. Well, we might still be finishing plumb last, but we won't be last of the drivers that entered the race. As there will be at least one DNF. Although, we still could get disqualified, so let's not count our chickens before they've hatched. I'd say it's unlikely. I'm not driving quite that badly, but anything could happen. Anything could happen. So as we make our way to the final chicane on lap number 19, I'm going to be coming in for my second pit lap, and I decided that it would be a good idea to change my front wing. I was really struggling to turn the car around some of these corners, especially the right-handers, which, as this is a clockwise circuit, that is most of them. So, yeah, not an ideal situation to find ourselves in. So we are going to be changing that front wing. It's going to be about a 5-second longer pit stop than usual, and that will probably see me spat back out into plumb last. But with Harris having a 3-second penalty, maybe there's still an opportunity for us to close down to not finish completely dead last. I don't think it's going to happen personally. Ryan Harris, by this point in the race, he'd started building into it a little bit. He was showing good pace. It was just a shame that he was struggling earlier on in the race to get to grips with everything. And furthermore, this is exactly exemplifying what the issue with the physical problems I was facing during the race were. I was just slightly veering off on some of these corner entries and things like that, getting onto the grass, making mistakes, and, you know, losing just like a second or so here and there to the cars in front. So it was really not going particularly well for me. You can see once again here, I'm just all over the shop, slightly getting too far on the curb, going over the curb there, getting myself a 3-second time penalty. It was just a complete mess, to be honest, and that is highlighted by the fact that on my return to Streamers Co, I'm getting blue flags to the leaders of the race, which is still Bjarne Olsen. You can see him making his way through here, and in a second I will also be making my way out of the way for my teammate Barmy Tick as well. I thought about pushing on and seeing if I could give him DRS on the following lap, but unfortunately I just don't think I quite had the pace to get out of that position of getting blue flags from Barmy. So as we make our way onto lap number 25, you can see that once again getting blue flags here from, I believe this is D-Mub in the Mercedes, making his way through in P3. And yeah, at this point my race is just completely over. There's no way I'm going to be closing down to the cars in front. They've got a massive gap over me as well, and this is me later in lap 25, just completely losing it at Spoon. Once again, just so completely incapable of racing in a safe manner. And honestly, it was a good job that there weren't any cars around me, because I think things could have ended very badly, not only for me, but also for the car surrounding me if that had been the case. So yeah, a little bit of selfish behaviour from me, really. And as we make our way onto lap 26, now it's just a case of trying to make it to the end. You can see Captain Liam is quite close behind me as I went off track there again. Every corner was a fight here at the moment, and not because of the tyres, not because of the car, not because of the setup, nothing like that. Every corner was a fight. You can see as I dip my wheels onto the grass there once again, just because I just was struggling even to keep my eyes open. I don't know if you've ever you know, stayed up too long or anything like that, and you get kind of drowsy and sleepy and you struggle to stay awake, and then you've tried playing this game. It's not a nice experience whatsoever. every single corner is just a fight. But as we make our way towards what will be the final chicane, because we are a lap down, you can see that I just really couldn't make it through any corner without having a bit of a drama somewhere. So by the time the race ended, I was just glad that it was over, to be perfectly honest with you. P18, by far one of the worst races I think I've ever driven in a Formula 1 game. And yeah, I just couldn't do anything. You know, I will go beyond that and just say that I am feeling much better. I'm recording this on the Sunday evening, and I'm feeling significantly better than I was yesterday afternoon when I was racing here. So whatever the issues were, they seem to have cleared up for the time being. And yeah, I just hope that I can bounce back and actually have a representative race when we make it to Qatar next weekend. So yeah, congratulations to my former teammate Bjarne Olsen. I'm always rooting for him at least a little bit. He made it into P1 in the race, got pole position obviously, held on to it for the entire duration of the Grand Prix. So great job and deserving win for him. Driver of the day going to RC, fastest lap. Dougie Falcons, most overtakes was also RC, and the cleanest driver apparently was Bjarne, so there we go. I believe it was, yeah, Barmy made it into P2, it was D-Mub P3, Liam P4, Lewis on his return, Streamers Co getting P5, McLean improving nicely up to P6, Parker in P7, a great recovery from him, and then Phil, RC and Ollie rounding out the points, followed by Razza, Ryan ABC, Antoine, Anto, and then the cars below. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.